What y'all back with another one? Back with another one. This is Sunday Dailies. What number we on? Sunday Dailies. We are at the seventh. Was it the the 17th edition? No, we passed the 18th edition. Okay, this is the 18th edition. Excuse me. It is the 18th edition. Sunday Dailies, 18th edition. Last Sunday, we talked about being nonchalant, right? Oh shit. I didn't know what was going on, but you know, I had to get used to it. I had to and something felt like it's crawling on me, but it ain't. But last week we talked about being nonchalant. Now I've been watching recent videos with a certain YouTuber named The Millionaire, and he breaks down that guys struggle with relationships and dating, the modern so-called modern dating, which it doesn't exist. It's straight up prostitution and red light culture. Let's say we talk about that. But in reality, being nonchalant, like I said, I've been preaching that for years in the workplace with certain people that I work with, my coworkers that struggle. And also, I've been on that mindset for years. Now, finally found someone on YouTube that speaks that type of language, my language of dealing with people like that, and then move with assertiveness, discernment. Not only discernment, just be nonchalant, period, at this point, because everybody's on BS right now. You have to. You have to, you really should not care. I really don't care about certain people on this platform, but I care about the ones that I subscribe to. Yeah. The ones that I take an interest in. Like, shouts out to the LDBC. They doing great work, man. They trolling the shit out of these players. And my subscribers that support me, I'm gonna respond to them in the chat room, live streams, whatever, or just in the comments. I'm one of those people, but I'm honest like that with y'all. But I let y'all know if you struggle with that stuff, man or woman, you got to be nonchalant. Like they don't want honest people in the world, and that's a good thing because it's collapsing. Everybody's worrying about the things in Ukraine and all that. I told the people of Israel, you got to pray to these and get focused, and that's the whole thing. But the men have to understand, get away from that manosphere shit. That shit ain't working. But I'm gonna tell you this: being nonchalant is the way. Let them come to you and you're good. Approaching is nice, but it's not impressive. I did that probably 8 times in my lifetime when I was a lot younger. I stopped doing that shit. But I've always had that nonchalant attitude. I don't care what other people think as much. Even when I was playing sports in high school, I didn't really care as much. Women came up to me. I was a decent looking guy, but that's it. But I don't flaunt it as much. I don't really care. Now I'm already bald right now, so under this cap. So it ain't nothing. Okay. They say, is he able to pull women? They ain't got nothing to do with pulling women. Pulling women, anybody can pull women nowadays. Back in the day, it was hard for some people. I don't think it was hard for me because I had choices, I had opportunities, ramifications. I just avoid the bullshit because I already know what comes with that. You have a lot of jealous niggas that try to challenge me and it didn't work. I fought all that. Yes, I used to grab ass in high school. It was something else, wasn't it? It's beautiful. Yeah, man. It's some of the things. It's just it was wild, man. But in them days, it was fun. It was fun. And I look back at it now. It's just like it's like a blur now, because today's society, they already been collapsing. But tell us ain't no. But y'all need to get off this Yahshua idolatry of Christ, man. Like the New Testament good spell, the gospel of the New Testament. Y'all need to get away from that. That shit is dead, man. That shit is dead. Y'all too busy worrying about the same thing over and over again. But the thing about it is y'all worry about it so much because y'all weak, but you allow shit to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? Like I understand that people don't deal with things accordingly. It's just it's just what it is. And I recently watched this virtual tour for K. I mean, he's got a good channel, but Ain't nobody ain't got time to look at that streetwalkers. Ain't nobody got time to look at streetwalkers. But people ask me why you do Sunday dailies. That's my commonly thing I do every Sunday. It's the day of the week, first day of the week. It's like we got to talk about it. Yes, you get to see me cammed up. You know how insecure people say, "Who are you talking to behind the screen?" Me. And then you get to see what's what. But you understand it's Sunday dailies. We talk about a little bit of everything, catch up on everything from last week. I know everybody's getting caught up about that girl lying about being kidnapped. We ain't gonna talk about that. That little thing is mad because her boyfriend, cheated on her. It's a typical modern female. We don't say stop calling them women, just call them female. Because when you say women, they want to argue. Never argue with these things on the internet or in person about this shit. That's why I said last week being nonchalant is the way, man. Just avoid them at all costs and don't deal with confrontation unless they deal with you, and then you can have a conversation. Just avoid arguing. If you don't want to argue with them, here's what you do: tell them you don't know everything, and they'll leave you alone. It's other ways beside that. You can say that, or I don't know what that is. I don't care, and just walk away. I do it all the time. Like that's nothing to me. I avoid all confrontation when it comes to these females, because they're nothing to me. They're beneath me. Do I get upset with it? No. This is what they do, and they never gonna hold accountable. That's why I always throw shots at them from a distance. Why argue with them? They're useless to me, man. Like we're talking about the ones that's lost in this culture, and they're done. And the one in Dubai, let me say something about the country Dubai. Dubai pretends to be conservative, but I'm gonna let y'all a little secret. There's certain people say they've been to Dubai and all that. I hear everybody, so it's all bullshit. Dubai it's a tourist attraction, even though Saudi Arabia controls it, and you know who controls Saudi Arabia? Exactly, the Freemasonic Jesuits. But we ain't gonna get into that. We ain't gonna get into that because we already know who's who. Esau controlled that over there. They ain't got no power over there. If you really, why Bin Laden was anti them? He was pro them at once, and then he's anti them, and then joined Pakistan. You already know why. He tried to destroy this country based off their ramifications. That's why it's a tourist attraction. But here's the thing: they ain't gonna tolerate no. Now they try to say they don't tolerate no man screaming. That don't mean unless they're fighting, they can stop it. But 95% of the time, where I hear the men, they ain't dealt with no police like that. No, that's already handled. Now, if a woman tries to harm you like they do us over here, like they say, like the men complain about doing us, and there's several cases we see that a lot in the U.S. Yeah, and the reason why society's collapsing. They want power. They don't want no intelligent man. They want a nonchalant man, and they've always had. I was trying to tell that nigga, call himself the radio station, your boy, the prophet, right? 2 years ago, I tried to tell him nonchalant the way. He didn't believe me. Shows how stupid he is and blue pill he is. Because if he was really red pill, you got to be nonchalant. Red pill to me, the original red pill that I subscribe to, you got to be nonchalant and not give a fuck. Fuck everybody else. That's my mentality of the red pill. Because if I was really, I am really red pill off this shit, but I don't brag about it as much. I don't say red pill, here it is. I don't do that. No, because y'all niggas ain't red pill. If you was red pill, you'd be nonchalant. You should not care about these females. I'm going to teach you something. Females are minuscule. Now, if she's a real woman and she's with you, I don't believe in monogamy as much. I don't really care because monogamy is outdated, played out. Now, it's something, but that's a Western thing, but really, it don't really matter. Because at one time when I was young, I used to buy into that. But once I got older in my 20s, I didn't believe in that. While I was dating my ex, I didn't believe in that. Because I know where it gets to you. It's a lot of confusion, all that. Monogamy is for them so they can control you. That's why it don't work half the time. That's why a lot of dudes cheat. And a lot of females cheat in monogamy too and don't care and want. It don't work that way. Fuck monogamy. It doesn't work. That's why men should have multiple wives so they can have children. But it's the thing, it don't have to be sexual, but take care of your family structure. That's how you build a family, really. It takes what they say, it takes a village to raise, a family, raise children. Yeah, it takes a village. It's true. It's very true. And it goes way back to the the Book of Remembrance, what we call the Torah, or some people call it Tanakh Torah, or the Tetragrammaton, like we speak over here. That's what I subscribe to. Period. I subscribe to the Book of Remembrance, not the New Testament, because the New Testament, I'm like, I'm done with that. I used to quote that in one of my older content that you can see in videos and things like that. I'm off that. Thanks to Elder Young One and others to tell me what it is, and then who controls who. Saying Esau is so powerful, he got y'all brainwashed into Joshua, right? He got y'all in a tailspin, and then there you is. That's the whole point with Esau. See, Esau is too busy controlling y'all from the distance and got places like Dubai, like is control, right? You know, Dubai has its own, they say independence, but really they control by us through secrecy and things like that. That's why laws is crazy. Because see, if our women go over there and we're gonna speak why she got locked up, she got locked up. She's been doing this for a minute, doing the country's being disrespectful, and then later she ended up being arrested. She may do some time over there. It happens. See, if that was Brittany Griner or if she's like a WNBA star, they would let her out and made a trade. And that was in Russia. And in this non-territory, like if it's Russia, you can't compare it to Russia because Russia is an enemy of the U.S. because they always want to hate on the U.S., but they all play from the same Masonic masters. But Russia want to be anti them, so they could sacrifice, Russia and China all day, and we can take over those countries because America's about conquest. It's a Roman conquest culture. So they don't want nobody competing with them. If you notice Brittany Griner and they traded for another guy that had information for Russia, they probably offed him and killed him. A lot of you use the word delete. I ain't using that. I said they killed him. And then you wonder why. You got Brittany Griner ain't doing shit. This situation is not like about Brittany Griner. She's gonna do some time. Woman arrested in Dubai. Texas woman detained for screaming. Okay, we got the insider. I'm gonna get y'all a feel to this. Um, let's see here. We got Texas woman here. Want y'all here. Okay, I'm gonna read this here. Yeah, I'm cammed up, but yeah, I'm just I turned the volume up on my end, so okay. Let me read this. Okay, Texas influencer. She calls herself a Texas influencer detained in Dubai for screaming may have been the victim of an elaborate scam. Elaborate scam, they would say. This is the insider would say. But she get what she get, ain't nobody worrying about that. A Texas woman can't leave the United Arab Emirates (UAE) right after she was accused of violating a vague law criminalizing offensive behavior. The staff at the rental car company reported Tara Allen, 29. She's 29 years old, too young. She's about to be 30. Yeah, typical. And to the authorities after an argument, Allen's mother told Insider, but she said the rental car company was demanding large sums of money to return her daughter's passport and phone, a known scam. They try to say a known scam on the Insider. Okay, let's read this part right here. A Texas woman who is now prohibited from leaving the United Arab Emirates after, UAE, after a man filed a legal case against her for screaming, but may have actually be a victim of an elaborate scam. That's what she said. She's claiming she's victim. They're trying to. Okay. Tara Allen, 29, was riding in a rental car as a passenger in Dubai on April 28th, and when the driver and a friend from Nigeria got into the minor fender bender, minor fender bender. So, Okay, this is interesting. And Allen's mother, Tina Baxter, told Insider, Allen told her mother that she was briefly handcuffed when local police arrived at the scene, but the car, meanwhile, was towed back to the rental car company with her personal belongings, including her phone and wallet and passport, still inside. She was then released, and the police told her to go to the car company for belongings. When she went to the rental car, the name, which was the U.S. consulate in Dubai, advised the family not to publicize to get her stuff. Its staff demand thousands of dollars in return. An argument followed, and Allen says that staffers goaded her into yelling. She wanted her personal belongings, and it happens. And an employee at the rental car company reported Allen to the police for violating um, they said broadly defined law in the UAE that criminalizes things like swearing, rudeness, insulting gestures. Let's read this part right here. See that's how our so-called women that's lost, the children of Israel, but you're in someone else's law, they got you. So an employee police for violating broadly defined law in UAE criminalizes things like swearing, like cuss words, right? Rudeness and insulting gestures. You know how they get down. She didn't get arrested for the accident. She got arrested for going to the rental car company asking for her items that were left in the car. When they opened the case, Baxter told Insider she became the main target when they realized she was the U.S. citizen. Rhoda Sterling, the UK-based human rights advocate who runs an organization called Detain in Dubai that gives legal assistance to foreigners in UAE, but told Insider that Allen's story is something she's been seeing before multiple times. I just had 3 Americans in the past couple of months who said they were pretty much in the same situation. Sterling told Inside they ended up paying 20,000 that they didn't owe to the rental car company just to get their passports back or so they could go home. Sterling, who is helping Allen, said that she's right now only being charged. As a result, she can't leave the country. Even if she was allowed, she doesn't have her passport, which Sterling believes is now in police custody. She's otherwise mostly holed up in her Airbnb using a replacement phone to talk to her mother and Sterling. If this police choose to prosecute, they can take it. They could take it in itself for months, 4 months and 6 months, maybe even longer, just until she gets a court date. In the worst case scenario, she was prosecuted, convicted. She could be looking up to 2 years in prison. Uh-oh. Let's read this again. If the police choose to prosecute, that they can take itself for 4 months, 6 months, maybe even longer, just until she gets a court date. Sterling, in the worst cases scenario, if she was prosecuted and convicted, she could be looking up to 2 years in prison. They said 2 years in prison. Told you. See, they don't play that stuff. Like over here, they let you get away with stuff. They don't go to prison time at all. You go over there, you get in 2 years if prosecuted for the minor offenses. You get 2 years for that. The rental company involved in the case did not respond to multiple requests for comment. Allen has gone to the police and returned to the rental agency multiple times and tried to resolve the ordeal, but even offering to pay something of the money demanded by the rental company. But when she did that, however, employees only increased the amount. Sterling said there were also a fraudulent charges made on the credit cards. Allen had left in the car, according to the bank screenshots seen by the insider. Oh, she's trying to fight her way out of it. Yeah. Well, she get what she get. Don't get scammed, y'all. I'm not definitely not doing well. It's very rough. That's what she's saying. Baxter, who says she also lives in the Houston area, told Inside, I'm trying to stay strong for her. Baxter said she was working to help her daughter, but was conscious that she could make things worse as she raises awareness of her daughter's case. She said she was being careful not to say anything that might offend the UAE government or authorities in Dubai, but people just think she's just some screaming monster when she's a very soft. This is what the mother's trying to make it out to be. Young lady, Baxter said of her daughter, she was only pushed to the edge to respond back after she was afraid and being extorted for money and misled. So Baxter debated the starting the fundraiser on GoFundMe, but Sterling said it would backfire. In a sense, doing the perpetuates this common issue, perpetuates the extortion scam that is so prevalent in UAE, Sterling say. But instead of the family has contacted lawmakers in the island's home state in Texas for the help, including Sheila Jackson Lee and Senator Ted Cruz. We're hoping that it's going to transition into the ambassadorial help and diplomatic assistance in the UAE. That should be home soon. But the U.S. consulate in Dubai told Insider it does not comment on the consular cases. Cruz's office said it made inquiries about Allen's situation. We have spoken to family Terry Young Allen, have contacted the Department of State of the case's spokesman from the senator's office told Insider Senator Cruz will continue to gather details and engage on this case until Miss Allen is returned home to her family. They trying to get her home. The Republicans try to get her out of it. And from the Insider, that's what I got. She's going to be up to 2 years. I'm going to put this under capitalism. I'm going to stop it right here. There you have it. There you have it. She's looking up to 2 years prison time. So that's what our women get, our so-called women get. You know, they claim, you know, they're females, you know, into American females that they are because they lost in the word of Yah. But she should have known that country don't play that stuff. You know, even though they scam you, even if you know they scam, don't why don't we just stop messing with countries that scam you? They're corrupt anyway. I told you who controls who. You gotta go to all panels of the government. But the UAE government has been trashed. Okay, who wants to go to weak ass overrated Dubai? It's so overrated. Nobody likes UAE no more. UAE had something. They have. I ain't gonna say they have the decent culture. It's a tourist. It's a tourist trap, and it's a joke. Those people are starving over there. But we ain't gonna get into that. No one gives a fuck about them. Okay, they're idolatrous anyway. They we don't represent them like that. And then you wonder why they get destroyed half of the time. I'm sorry. It's just what it is. Nobody respects these weak ass countries because they're control opposition through other means. But I ain't gonna say on here because you know how biased YouTube is. I ain't gonna make no weak ass Patreon for that. No, because it's already everybody's speaking for me. I already know what's really going on. I already done said what I said subliminally on live streams and things like that. Break down who's who. Did my research. All I'm telling y'all is just be careful. These countries, they're collapsing because they rely on the U.S. dollar, and everywhere is they're panicking right now. This war in Ukraine has got everybody shook. That's what's hurting them. But the girl went to UAE. That's the worst place to go. But you know, I know they get shitted on, but she should know you just can't be in a country like that. If I would don't do it. Don't be like that thing over there. Cause see, mama ain't gonna make things better. See, a lot of people make videos. Oh, she did this and this and this in the country. It ain't got nothing to do with that. She should have known if the company was scamming. Why do you go to these scam rental companies? Stay away from rentals. If you got that money, if you want to travel in these countries, buy some of their shit. You know, if you really about that, if you're that wealthy in America, yeah, you buy some of their stuff. They want you to buy it. They expect you to be a wealthy person. Most wealthy people, when they go to those countries, they're not gonna tell you they buy shit off the rack. Okay? They don't do that. If you're a tourist and ain't got no money, you have no business traveling over there. Certain countries, they can let you travel for cheap. Like the Western Him countries and the islands, they let you do that shit. You can't do that in UAE. Them Arab nations and all that, should I say Ishmaelite nations? We call them Ishmael over here. Ishmaelite nations is going to charge you. All them Asiatic countries will charge you. Even Europe and Africa, they'll charge you. So what's this going to solve? Nothing. It's gonna be interesting because they ain't gonna. She's trying to get that Brittany Grinder treatment. She was trying to get that Brittany Grinder treatment. That ain't gonna happen. They're gonna look at that and laugh. They're gonna look at that and laugh. It's not Russia, but you know they'll. But she may have to do some time. She may have to do some 2 years. Ain't gonna tell what she done told. You know, according to the insider, she thinks she's telling the truth, but in reality, she could be lying. We don't know. It's more to come out. I'll update on y'all about that on a live stream or a vlog stream. Tell you what's gonna happen. But in reality, man, it's really not sad, but expected. No shot at our women, but she's not a woman in this case. She's a female acting a fool, and you got to be careful. You got to, and it ain't got nothing to do with the laws. It's just what the country is. It's a hypocritical country. They pick and choose who they want to silence. But I'm not dissing that country because they're anti-women. They're hypocrites. They try to say they're anti-men. No, most men don't. You don't see that. That's lies. People that travel, they lying. That's one incident you've seen. Have you been over there multiple times? No. It's usually the woman being loud. And who's the main ones are so-called women. I'm sorry, it's just the truth, man. They know who's traveling more than us. The so-called black man is not traveling like that. The only time he travels the same spots all the time. Is in the Western Hemisphere, in those islands, or them weak-ass Asiatic countries. I'm just telling the truth. They don't go to Arab countries. Who go to Arab countries? Our women. Who go to European countries? Our women. Sorry, it's just the truth. In African countries. They go to the countries that we should be going to study the culture, but niggas ain't gonna do that. They too fucking derelict and stupid. Well, they already derelict anyway. Even it means stupid anyway in a masculinity, but to understand that, but they don't be out there like that. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, that story is BS, and we already know she's lying and capping about a lot of things. Okay. Yeah, I'm about to hit these weights, but that's all I got. That's what's a recent story. And then the fake kid that we ain't gonna talk about her. She wanted some D and attention. She wants some D and attention. She want to be loved on, but she had to do something extravagant to get some attention. Don't fall for it, fellas. Just be nonchalant, like I said in the last week's recording. If y'all haven't seen it, go watch it. Being nonchalant's the way. Don't stay out of this madness. Let them hang themselves, and that's it. But Zesty Dwight Howard, the Zesty Man, Delight Howard. I'm gonna talk about him. I'm not gonna talk about him on Sunday Dailies, but I will talk about him on a vlog stream. But this dude, he made a lot say he's facing prison. No, he's not. The guy waited too late. The accused, he say he vape him. I ain't gonna use the R word like YouTube, because I ain't gonna use the one with the G, the fruit that rhymes with the R word. I say vape. But we know the word, like the fruit that y'all eat, but we're not gonna use that because it rhymes with, how weird it is. It don't matter, but people say it every now and then on other content, and I've seen it. But I use the word vape just to be safe. But he lied on that man. So he's not a criminal. It's a simple. It's gonna be thrown out. That was a money grab for Dwight. But we already know Dwight is a zesty man. Zesty man, dirty man. He, he he is what he is, man. He's living up his a true Atlantean behavior. He's been doing this for years, and he's giving it out. He's in the state is also right next to him as well. But we ain't gonna get into that. We ain't gonna get into that because they're gonna be hating on me in a minute. They ain't gonna be hating on me in a minute, but it is what it is. I'm like 100-round drum in this bitch. Also, rest in peace to Gilly's son, Cheese. Salute to Gilly. Rest in peace to Cheese. Sorry for your loss, Gilly. Gilly, with your son. Hope you're in high spirits. We appreciate what you do for the $1 million worth of game, giving us the proper game about podcasting, entertainment, understanding money industry. We appreciate your knowledge of what goes on in these industries, what y'all doing. You're actually helping the community in Philadelphia. And, I know everybody's going to be hating, but who cares? At least you're doing something for Philly. You're helping everybody win. I salute that. Who gives back their community, especially this man right here. And rest in peace to his son. And salute to Wallow and them. Y'all doing a great. I love y'all shows. I keep watching y'all shows. It's entertaining, fun. And appreciate y'all for helping Cam. What it is it is what it is. I love that podcast too. I love both their podcasts. I like $1 Million Worth of Game. This one, and of course, I'm gonna love the other podcasts. I know y'all had a few. Is Dev? Dev is cool too. Shouts out them too. All the podcasts, man. They on fire with this entertainment. They got great guests, and then Stacks. Shouts out to Stacks and then with Matt Barnes. That's a good one. That's a good one. I need to subscribe to that, but that's a good one. That's a good one. Told you. And I'm subscribed to Marcellus Wiley. He's got a great one. Great sports show. The sports landscape is ruling. Now, I heard about Shannon and Stephen A. Smith. That's going to be interesting. They both entertain. It's kind of like Michael Irvin. It's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. I love it. I love it. That's going to be fun. And Stephen A. Smith say, I'm taking Skip out. And once he takes Skip out of there. Ain't no undisputed. But the only thing FS1's got is the Herd, Colin Cowherd. He's got volume in the Herd. That's a show that Colin's going. But and let me tell you something about him. He gets paid to be wrong. And shouts out to Dan Levitar for saying that. He gets paid to be wrong. It makes more money. You know why? Because when you get paid to be wrong, Duckets, and he's doing that intentionally. He is trolling the idiot, narcissistic, dumb fans, the fanatic idiots. The reason he does that, and he always uses analogies and breaks down the sports, what he's supposed to. Some things he's right, some things he's wrong. He'll even tell you, it ain't about trying to be sounding right, but sounding wrong to piss off people. That's a great strategy. Sometimes you want to be right. You may not be popular at it, but it does work. But you can be both at the same time. But in reality, he's saying, if you want to be in this business and mainstream, it's okay to be wrong. You can say this person is the best player, and most people say you're wrong on that. That's cool. That's an opinion. See, Colin used that. He got you. Now you got the eyeballs. You give them views. Ignore what he says. If you know it's BS, don't listen to Colin. I don't listen to Colin all the time. I used to when I was in the workplace FS1. He brought up some good points about analogies and cities and sports, how it was back then, radio. They took the Skip Bayless format, but they also took formats of a lot of people. So they do this. They get paid to do this. And Dan said it best. That's where the formula works. They do this in news stations and politics all the time. The formula works. I don't know what y'all don't understand about that, but it works. But okay, until next time, the Sunday Dailies, let's just say the 18th edition. It's just it. Until next time, I'm signing off. Until next time. Shalom to the people of Israel. Pray to the east. So get up out of here. Get to the knowledge. Shalom to you too. And the Gentiles, of course, shalom to you as well. Until next time, I'm signing off and I'm out.